Kingstonian have 1 million to spend. Not a lot of money. We're in the championship. But there's one thing I've learned. You gotta have a plan. So on today's show, we're focusing on what we do so that we can find the right kind of players who can become an integral part of our team in our push for at least survival, maybe if you're lucky, promotion. My name is Daljit. Welcome to Busternet. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to stay in touch for more videos like this. One of the biggest challenges when you get promoted is, finding the right kind of players. But it's different for different kinds of clubs. When you're managing a club like AC Milan, it's show me the money, I'm just going to spend everything and you're going to have fun. But when you're a club like Kingstonian, where the budget is tight and you don't really have a lot of room to play with, what do you do? So on today's show, I'm trying to be as organized as possible, and I'll try and capture that within this show to share what I do, basically. And I already have a game plan in my head that I want to execute. So today's show is gonna be about that. It's gonna be about me sharing that experience with you, and if you enjoy it, please let me know. First things first, my staff, because I depend so much on my DOF. He's supposed to go out there and get me players, but check out my DOF right now. His judging player ability and judging player potential and technical knowledge is nowhere near good enough, because now I can find scouts to do a better job than him. So the director of football is about to have his ass handed to him on a plate, and we're going to fire him. The first thing I want to do is find out whether or not this guy, our director of football, sitting within the recruitment team, whether he's good enough. Now it says here judging player ability and player potential, negotiating and tactical knowledge is a 10. Now it's not ideal, it's not fantastic, but can we go out there and find somebody who's better than him? So we've got what we're going to do is staff search. We're going to clear everything here. And we're going to pick judging player ability, judging player potential. We're going to drop it to 11. We're not being too ambitious. We'll see what shows up. Now we got a couple of director of footballs here who got judging player ability and judging player potential. That's not too bad. Now typically what I do with director of footballs is I need them to help me with the development, or rather the discovery of Nugents, right? But at this point in time, that's the furthest thing from my mind. I just want somebody who can help me get players into the club. So you've got one here, 12 and 11. Adaptability is 16. That's not too bad. Determination, discipline, that's not too bad. He's not bad as a director of football. He's definitely an improvement on what I already have. Jeff Harrop, judging player ability is not bad. Potential, great. But at the moment, potential isn't something I'm valuing. It's the actual CA that I want. I want to know whether they have a good understanding of the player's ability. This is a very good option, because he has got very good judging player ability, very good judging player potential, and he's not bad at negotiating. Tom Hadley is 12 and 12. Joe Crowley is 12-12. David Robinson is 12-12. Most of them are not too bad. The only downside of signing Terry Moore is his age, 65. He could retire soon. I'm hoping he doesn't. If I can get him for a few seasons, that's not too bad. Tactical knowledge, while it's handy, it's not going to be something that is going to bother me too much. He wants to be a scout. I think we'll ask him to be a director of football, right? So he's going to be part of the recruitment team, and we're going to ask him to be a director of football. Suggest the terms. He wants 45k. We'll agree to that. Exit the talks. Now what I do is I go to my existing director of football, Tommy Poole. Thank you for all the fish. You've done a very good job. We're going to do a mutual termination of contract, and hopefully he accepts that graciously. So that's the first thing we've done, and he has agreed for 24k. All right, so our 63-year-old director of football has been replaced by a 65-year-old director of football, but still an improvement on the current quality in the club. The second thing I want to do is, we've had players that my DOF has been suggesting. Now we go straight to the chairman. So I can ask the chairman for recommendations, see whether anything pops up. So we want to sign defenders. We want to sign all kinds of players. I've been using this largely from season 1 until the current period in the championship. But I'm also a bit concerned that the recommendations are now going to be very short of what I actually need. Because in terms of attributes, I'm looking at 13 as the minimum criteria. And what we're going to do on today's show is I'm actually going to share with you what I do when I have to shortlist these players, because a lot of people have asked me, sometimes the DNA is too large, and I totally agree. When you become a good big club, you can be very selective about your DNA, but when you're a smaller club, you got to be very focused. So I'm going to be extremely focused with my DNA. So we have this is not a very good player, Connor Sheridan. I've used Connor Sheridan before in previous editions of the game. He's young, he's not too bad. 12, 15 for tackling. His off the ball is very low, but we'll have to, this player needs to be scouted. He's got a good personality, so, and he's attached to Sunderland's under 23s, which means that we may even be able to get him on loan, right? So that's not too bad. So I'm going to leave this at the moment, and I'm going to add him to our shortlist for 3 months. Then we got Ethan Patterson. Now he's a defender. Jumping reach is only 9. He's out. So you can see that the recommendations that are coming in from the director of football aren't good. If I look at the if I ask the DOF to make suggestions for the DM position, we're gonna have a few like Charlie Ryder. This guy again, the range is okay. 9 to 13, 9 to 14, 9 to 13. Jumping range, natural fitness is between 10 to 16. Pace is 9 to 14. Probably a young kid that has some potential. We're gonna add him to the short list for 3 months. And if we have scouts available, because even scouting players at the moment can be very expensive. So we have to be extremely focused on what we're doing, because I have to go to my scouting priorities and cancel assignments so I can save money as well. So we got Pascual Juan Estrada. Thank you for recommending a player to me but he's wanted by Ipswich on a transfer. This is crazy. I mean, what am I supposed to do with this guy? I mean, this is one of those situations where you've got nothing to work off, right? His career stats 6.6. He had a good, well, at least 2 decent seasons here, but he was very young. He's also very young. 22 years old. Under transfer bid from the following clubs, 160k. Now, sometimes I get very excited when I see some clubs making transfer bids as well. So what I'm gonna do is ask them to offer him on trial. See whether they agree. Now, if they do offer him on trial, maybe I can, purchase him outright. Then we got Mo Adams. With a name like that, I was hoping that he would be good. Transfer listed for 100k. This is not that good, because again, too many attributes, too many of the important mental attributes are hidden away. So we're going to go add him to the shortlist as well for 3 months, and then I'll probably ask the scout to scout him for 2 weeks, right? Because he is transfer listed, and there might be some. I mean, if he's transfer listed, we have 1 million we can spend, but we're gonna try and see what we can do with the money. Now, there are other roles as well that I might be looking at, so we'll look at MCs as well. And I'm being very broad with my search, because I don't want to be very specific at the moment, because chances are I'm not going to get a lot of players. So we've got a 21-year-old Welsh player. This mental range is fantastic, right? It's really good. And then his off the ball and positioning is a flat out 10. His passing is 11. His vision and his decisions aren't bad. His agility and balance are actually very, very good. His estimated value is 175k. It looks like he can play forward, but he looks like he's basically an AMC kind of player, but he's been trained as an advanced playmaker. He's been trained as a playmaker largely, but his natural fitness, I need to unlock this, because I don't want a low number, which we're gonna come to very, very soon. We're gonna ask a scout as well. We'll put him in the list, and I'll reorder my scouting priorities very, very soon. So we've got players I'm looking at. Paris Makoma is a very familiar name. Unfortunately, nah, he's not halfway decent. We got Joshua Overs, marking, passing, these attributes. If he's going to be playing in the center, I need bravery. So 3 to 5, it's not good enough. So So as you can see, right now, we have a slight problem. The DOF is giving us really bad recommendations. So the question is this, do I carry on with this? Because it's gonna make my save a nightmare because I'm going straight down. There's no way I can get promoted with these players. As I go through this, scouting meetings, we are getting recommendations from our scouts. Goalkeeper is not too bad. Tariq Najia, he's a goalkeeper, is so-so. Lewis Cunningham from Doncaster is a defender, no jumping reach. We're gonna discard this player. Jake Kane, DM, passing, tackling. Available on a free transfer, but bravery 2-4. We're gonna remove this. Adam Phillips is on our short list. He's not too bad. We've been scouting him for a while. He's available on a free transfer. I think I might even. There's a lot of clubs are interested in him. Adam Phillips is not bad. His bravery is a bit low, but he's got a lot of 13s that I need. Like passing is 13, vision. The only thing holding me back is his work rate. And teamwork. Teamwork is 11. We're gonna have to. He's already in our short list. So the next thing, yes, we also gone in for an offer with Perry Ng. Yeah, we found this guy early. Our scouts recommended him. His concentration is 10, is 9. We want him to be a defender. He's got really good attributes in most areas. And 165 is something that we've offered him. Crew want a deal starting with 185. I'm actually going to reject the offer outright. We still aren't convinced that this is going to be one of our main defenders. Second stage is, I could go into player search, right? But now in player search, I have to be very specific. So I've got a view called DNA Scouting, which essentially just nails down the DNA I want to look at, basically, because the players have to fulfill 4 attributes before I even consider them. The 4 attributes are going to be acceleration, determination, natural fitness, teamwork, and work rate. Right, so I've got all of this, and bravery is also included inside there, and I've got positioning and off the ball, just to give me an idea whether or not these guys are more of a one-trick pony. Because if he's got very high positioning, he's a one-trick pony. If he's got decent positioning off the ball, then he can play as a support duty. If he's got very good off the ball and no positioning, he's a one-trick pony. He can only go forward. So that's going to give me a lot of ideas. So we've got all these players, and you can see I am going through this with a fine-tooth comb. So we've got all these players, we're editing this, and we're looking for players with acceleration, natural fitness, determination, positioning, teamwork, and these are the players I've shortlisted. They've all got an attribute of 10, right, in these areas, and they have a world reputation, or at least decent. So they have players. These are players with some reputation. So I'm trying to weed out players no one has heard of, because sometimes you get a lot of players and you get a really big spread, right? So now we also can see certain things like their values, and I'm probably going to keep on scouting some of these players. But once again, I have a problem. I don't have enough money. I can't send my scouts out to scout all these players. There's just too many. So what do? Okay, had scouted players and added them to the short list. But right now what I have to keep doing is keep going to the scouting center, keep picking up players from the scouting center, scout them or offer them trial. In some cases, I have to go to my scouting priorities, realign them, because I need to add them to the short list. Because within the short list itself, I will start nailing their DNA. Because here, this is the DNA that I'm going to be using: acceleration, determination, work rate, teamwork, and natural fitness. Now this is going to be what I need them to have before they join the club. Naturally, for some defenders, maybe work rate isn't that high a criteria, or teamwork isn't that high a criteria. But this is something I'm hoping that most of my team has, because I want teamwork in DMs, I want teamwork in MCs, I want teamwork in wide midfielders. For defenders, central defenders, not necessarily the case, but it would be good to have high natural fitness and acceleration. So at least these two are going to be there, including determination. But once I enter the wing back and the rest of the team, except for the strikers, then I need all of them to fill this criteria for the club DNA, because my club DNA is basically going to be acceleration, determination, work rate, teamwork, and natural fitness. Natural fitness is vital because I've been doing this since 2000. I can't remember. Natural fitness has always been a criteria of mine, because if you have low natural fitness, a player will not last 90 minutes. If you have high natural fitness, a player will last 90 minutes. And that is the critical thing for me, because I'm spending 1 million. I can't afford to go and get a player who can only play for 45 minutes. Now I have to make a decision. Either wait for the new director of football to come so he can make more recommendations and I can continue playing the save the same way, or I can use the player search window. I haven't really decided which way I'm going to swing it, to be perfectly honest. And we're going to use the scouting center too. I'm going to invite these boys for trial, bottom three. Phil Robinson, we're going to see, wait out and see what the rest of his attributes look like. Because while he has some interesting attributes, there are some attributes that are very appealing at the moment, but the range is still too wide for me to make a decision. So we're going to give him a chance. So he's on trial. There are some players on trial. We'll just keep doing what we're doing, and then I have to make a decision in 2 to 3 weeks time. I could be wearing a different shirt in 2 to 3 weeks time when I reach that point. These scouts were fast. They just joined the club, and we've already got some very interesting offers on the table. We got Ted Molden, the scouting center has come in. He's a defender. He can play on the right, and by the looks of things, he can also play in the middle. Right? He's off the ball and positioning isn't that bad. He's got, his teamwork and work rate is a bit low, and this is the only thing that's holding me back at the moment. Teamwork can probably have to start doing training that's going to improve this over time. Work rate is going to be a bit harder, so we're going to add him to our shortlist for 3 months. The scout report indicates that we should be signing him whatever the price. Unfortunately, he doesn't enjoy big matches, so not good enough. Then got Dylan Sharp. Well, he might be decent according to the scouts, but it's not good enough for us. We got a winger on the left and the right. This guy is not too bad. Bravery is going to always put his bravery and his work rate and his teamwork is always going to put the backline under trouble, right? So we're not going to sign you. We're going to whittle down this list somewhat. So we got Joe Adams, not too bad. Bravery again 9, work rate 9. No, not going to help our team out. Mattia Novella, defender, wingback, right? Not too bad. Bravery a bit. No, you're out. So we've got Adam Phillips is a DM. Now this guy looks half good. His bravery is a bit low. Again, he might be available. We'll just acknowledge this. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. This guy is out. So we're going to start whittling down and saying sayonara to some of these players. Thomas Frank, we can't see what he brings to the table. The scouting team recommends he's not too bad. His acceleration is fantastic. His determination, you can't really tell. He's actually a very fast player, and that's about it. That's all we know. His finishing is 2 to 6. His first touch is 7 to 12. So basically, he's a creator more than anything else. Passing 7 to 11. Do I really need a player like this in the team? If I was going to play, he might not be a bad option as a player that's going to break behind lines. Obviously, he's got a lot going for him. His potential is very high. He's nowhere near fulfilling his... At this moment, I'd rather have high current ability so I can play them. This is like signing somebody on potential. So we're just going to add him to the short list for 3 months, because I'm not going to spend 110k on somebody who might turn out to be a semi-decent player in 2 to 3 seasons time. Then we've got Scott Reed. We're going to discard this. Robert McClurg, midfielder, a winger. Now, natural fitness is 9 to 12. His teamwork and work rate are just too low, so he's out. So this is how I whittle down this list. It's really simple. Like, this guy is okay, this guy looks interesting because if anything else, he can jump. And he can mark and he can tackle. And he's got positioning. So basically, he's just a decent defender, right? He's so what we're gonna do with this guy is he marks all the, he doesn't have high teamwork, he doesn't have high work rate, but he can jump in the air, right? And he knows how to mark, he knows how to tackle. So we might just I might just make an offer for him. We're gonna put 0 here. Add percentage of profit from next year. We give them 50% and suggest this. They want 3.5 million. His value is 16.5. And they want me to pay 3.5 million. Forget it. We're not even going to bother interacting with the bot. That's hilarious, man. I mean, it's surplus requirements. You're not even going to be using him. That's so insulting. We got Henry Ogunbi. He's a Nigerian winger who's got plenty of pace. Again, work rate, teamwork, not that fantastic. He could be deployed further up the pitch. His passing, his vision, his decisions are very average. He's off the ball suggests to me that doesn't move around nearly enough, right? We need those numbers, right? If he's going to be an attacking player, he needs good off the ball. At least 12, right? Any of my players who are going to be playing in the final third, they need good off the ball. So, and they will need work rate. So he only has 10. So remember this, we're going championship. We don't want to we don't want to downgrade. We don't want to get players that are not good enough. So this guy is definitely removed from this. So we've got Ted Molden. We'll keep thinking about him. We'll have to, we'll have to acknowledge him. Keep him in the list. He's on. I think he's on our short list. I hope he's on our short list, because if I clicked it and he's gone, then it's a bit of a pity. This guy, we're gonna discard him. Connor Kirby. This boy is midfielder. They are our club for trials. So we've got some of our scouts in the club. However, we don't have. Finally, we've got Terry Moore. He's joined the club. Oh my goodness! This is like the guy comes in, and I'm straight. The first thing we're gonna ask him is, we go straight to him and go, Terry, make me a suggestion. Let's hope you come out with some good ones, man. All right, we had Alejandro Iribar before, but this guy, Alan Chapchat, is new. I've never seen him before. All right, so this is a totally new player, and this guy may not be bad because he has very good jumping reach, pretty decent balance. His bravery is borderline, so we need to unlock this. Now the only way to unlock this is basically to ask them if they will offer him on trial for 2 weeks. Let's see if Southampton is willing to, because he's wanted by Rayo Vallecano, and he is under, well, we hope that they respond, right, and give us Ethan Patterson. He's a defender. God, oh goodness, looks like our little DOF didn't come in and give me a major improvement in the numbers so far of players I got. Tom Camshaw, nope, nothing here. Look at the next player. Ian Riley, holy cow, nothing here to look at. Please look at the next player. Paul Digby, something here to look at. There is something here to look at. It's a bit slow. Yeah, well, this is tough, because this guy is he doesn't have, well, his work rate is good, right? His natural fitness is fantastic. He's very slow. Add him to the short list for 3 months. He's playing for Carlisle, and we will scout him out. Okay, finally, now we've got quite a few scouting priorities. There we go. Our scouting priorities are here. Now I'm going to go through my scouting priorities and whittle this down. Okay, midfield center, contracted to Nottingham Forest. This Justin Cornhill, he's got no flair, he's got leadership, he's got some off the ball, his positioning is half decent, his composure isn't there, his concentration isn't there. He definitely can't. Okay, so this is one of the players we saw. They say he's going to be a superb signing, but I could use him as a final third player, right? I could just use him as a final third player. Let me check this. No, I can't. He's off the ball. It's too low. All right, so we are going to take him and bring him to the bottom. So he's no longer one of the top players. So we order the priority. I got Luke Wolfenden. As a defender, we're going to keep unlocking this player because his attributes look pretty good, right? So this is a priority. Then the next player here is Leon Davis. He's not too bad. Has got some teamwork and work rate. And we're going to keep unlocking him as well. So he's number 2. George Harmon, defender on the left. Okay, he's not too bad. We're going to drop this guy down here. So Justin I hate this when this happens, right? So this guy goes back up. This guy goes up here. Then this guy goes up here. Then we got Mo Adams. DMC is not bad, right? He may not be too fast, but he's half decent. So we're going to put him up here. Okay, so that's not too bad. Mo Adams goes up. Then we got Joe Budd. Joe Budd is a midfielder in the center. Pretty interesting. Passing. His work rate is very, very low. One thing about Joe Budd is he's a smart player. He's got decision making, he's got passing, vision, and decisions. If I don't sign him because of the work rate, I'm taking a gamble on this player. So what I'm going to do is Joe Budd moves ahead of Cornhill. There you go, Paul Digby. Yeah, Paul Digby also has to move ahead of Cornhill. So I've reordered my scouting priorities list. So the Paul Digby goes to the top. That's okay. We got Mo Adams. We got Luke Wolfenden, there's only 1 week left on him. We can actually move him here. Right, so we've got Luke Wolfenden. They'll unlock this player first. Then they'll unlock Paul Digby, Mo Adams, Leon Davis. So Justin Cornhill is low on the priority list, right? Because I'm just signing him for potential, right? So this is what I'll do last. So now the thing is, we just keep doing this. We keep inviting players, and we keep trying players out. We trial them, and then we go through our preseason, and we slowly try and put a squad together. And they have to walk in, and at this moment, I still don't know what tactic I'm using, because I kind of know that I need a spine. My spine has to include defensive midfield. A player who can play as a defensive midfielder. I need a central defender, and I probably will need an attacking midfielder, right? So I'm looking at my spine, all the support players across my team. So that's how I'm searching for my players, because I have to ignore the current players that I have. So I'm not looking at them to make a decision. I'm looking at what I can get with the 1 million that I have, and see whether I can stretch that as far as possible with free signings and any other players I can add to the fold. Well, that's a look at preseason preparations where I sign players. Now, I'm right in the middle of it, so I just want to share this is going to take me at least 6 hours to do, so I might even have another show where I'm still stuck in preseason and I'm still doing the same stuff, because I have to be extremely careful with how I sign these players, and if I rush through it, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Kingstonian Diaries. If you found it useful, please let me know, and I'll try and do more shows like this in the future if I'm in preseason again. If you have any questions, please look me up on Twitter at Busternet or addicted2fm.com, my website. Once again, I want to thank everybody for their support of this channel, make these kind of shows possible for the rest of the community. Once again, you can catch me on Twitch 3 times a week. I hope to see you there. You guys take care, have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.